Tristana, the Zed, they just didn't have him.
All right, we'll see what happens this game. What seems like it's gonna be. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Alistar is okay. So Alistar banned. Um, Alistar was a pretty big component there. Alistar just becomes this annoying menace that can initiate and can just tank for 5 years. And it was something that they could not. The blue orange team just couldn't deal with.
Four and a half
Oh,
years.
yeah.
But yes, Alistair was a huge, huge component for that. And I think that um, even though Werdir did really well in his matchup early in, and then later on in the game he was securing kills for the team, I want to say that taking away that Alistair was a big thing for them to say they're not going to run a Yasuo comp anymore. Or Kalista was super far ahead. We're not going to give them this giant initiation tool.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed, indeed. Uh, Now we see Tom Kench once again. He's just he's just
You
annoying
you
as
know
the
what
champion.
I'm gonna say actually, we saw this a lot in the league games that we were playing for Team Blue. Tom Kench is one of, or was one of, Shadowy Figure's most played champions, even though he hasn't played him recently at all. And we were getting and drawing a lot of bans for the Tom Kench.
Uh-huh.
He is an annoying champion, like you said, and he doesn't allow for a lot of counterplay. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what's actually drawing the ban more than him being strong in top lane or jungle. I think it's definitely that it's a very high champion on Shadowy Figure's ranking.
Yeah, he was playing him more whenever he was top laner though. Tom Kench top is still relatively good. It's just not as broken as it used to be.
Yeah, he does. He has a 61% win rate, and he's played him. He's like his fifth most played champion.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be drawing the ban. Jack's ban coming in again. I don't know if Werdir is a big fan of Jax. I'm not too sure about that.
He plays Jax quite a bit, but it's not as much as his Fiora and his Malphite.
Yeah, I think there it is. You are 100% correct because I was just gonna say Fiora is not banned. However,
Yeah.
it is a champion that Nandi has been trying out recently, and we have been playing it in competitive games. So we may see it right now.
Yeah, definitely. Fury is a very, very strong champion, and Rek'Sai being taken away. Let's see how Shurielm's Lee Sin is gonna fare against. Oh, Dr. Mundo, here we go. Oh, goodness, already feeling all this the toxicity from that champion.
Hey, hey, it's Dr. Mundo. He goes where he pleases.
All right, so my team my team is asking me is it best of 3 or best of 5? I told them best of 57, so we're gonna be here a while, boys.
Psh, yeah, make him play the best of five.
Indeed,
I don't
indeed.
care. I'll be here for all those games.
Indeed, we will. We'll see how it goes. And it seems like it's gonna be the young Larson Vayne. I think this is always what happens whenever he loses a lane or he loses a game but wins lane. It's like, all right, boys, full carry mode. Here we go. Also, a pretty big and good counter to Mundo. Unfortunately, picking Vayne right now would be the death
There's
sentence for
gonna be
him.
a Draven. There's gonna be a
There's gonna be a
Draven.
Draven, yeah. They would probably be a Draven here. So really not looking forward to this Vayne pick that just got picked actually. I don't think it was a very good pick here and so early. Usually when I pick it last or like last draft right before the last very very last pick. So I guess that's gonna be okay, but I don't really think that it was worth it.
Right now, what we're looking at as far as blue team but purple side goes,
Yeah.
um, you've already got a huge front line coming in with Nautilus, Initiation, and Mundo Like the shields and the health regen are going to be off the charts, and if anything happens early in the game, I don't know what Vayne could do. Oh, and an Ezreal.
Yeah, I can see that. That's fine. Israel is pretty strong against Vayne as well because he does poke a lot and uh, he can trade with her very well. Especially in that specific window that you want to trade with Vayne, with her auto attack, triple proc. He does do quite a lot of burst damage if you know how to play him correctly. He can also wear her down if she's playing passively with his Q and W, and occasional Ian. But Trundle is gonna be played in support lane. I haven't seen uh, Zero
Uh,
playing Trundle, but it's a
there's
very
a
very good.
Thresh on the
Yeah.
map.
Huh?
There's a Thresh on the map.
Oh, there is a threat. I thought it's. Oh yeah, that's right. It's a
Yeah,
Trundle
you're
top.
so
Oh my
used to it
goodness.
now.
I'm so used to it. This is from solo queue. No. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, Thresh is gonna be played in support, but Trundle is gonna be top. All right, that's gonna be pretty cool. Um, Trundle's a very very strong champion in my opinion. I think he can go top. Against Fiora, I haven't seen him too much, but we'll see how he actually does.
Yeah, he should be pretty okay. He doesn't rely a lot on CCs, which is a lot of the champions that Fiora does fairly well against because obviously their whole kit and damage is balanced around them having that CC. But Trundle has a ton of steroids, armor strip, uh, AD mitigation, and takeaway. So it'll do a lot to actually give him a really high duel potential. He was at one point one of the strongest, if not the best duelist in the game outside of Warwick. So I definitely see a lot of potential once again in top lane for things to happen. We did see the LeBlanc come in after the Azir was chosen. I want to see what happens in this mid lane now. Charles plays a pretty good Azir, but I don't know how he will fare against LeBlanc, especially pre six.
Yeah, Azir is most likely just gonna be trying to play safe here. He's gonna try to push the lane out. That's very very important because if he doesn't try to push the lane out, he's just gonna consistently be harassed by LeBlanc. That's something that he cannot let happen, and that'll also allow LeBlanc to roam, which is something that she should not be allowed to do specifically because she can get the whole game rolling in her favors. And on Ezra and Ezreal is one of those no volley champions as well as Fiora and Mundo as well. So if she gets rolling and she allows her teammates to get rolling and get ahead with her, this is gonna be a pretty easy game as opposed to the orange team here, which they're more of a scaling comp. And it's gonna take a while for them to get going. So they definitely need to play more reserved in this game. Lee Sin is gonna be looking to, let alleviate some of that pressure from all those lanes, and it's gonna be a pretty important role that Lee Sin has to play in this game. It's gonna be up to Shuriam to do most of the groundwork here in the beginning of the game. How you thinking about these team comps?
I was just gonna ask about that because I don't. How is Shirley Elms Lee Sin?
He's pretty good on it. He has the mechanics to play like Lee Sin really well. But sometimes his decision making isn't as amazing because he's like Dimas, but he's just more mechanically skilled.
Okay.
So
Um,
he's just used to tanks basically.
yeah, I think you're 100% correct when you say that Lee Sin's gonna have to do a lot of the groundwork in the early game. He's definitely gonna have to excel at where he excels and um, basically try and carry his team through to mid game because you're looking at this composition and you see a Vayne who is probably the weakest ADC until she's two items or more. Um, and there's no real potential for, and I'm gonna probably regret saying that when something happens, for kills in bot lane, um, unless he's gonna just snowball her somehow. Your Azir is not gonna really show his potential until at least two items in. Um, Thresh is good all the time, but that's besides the point. And Trundle, no, Trundle's Trundle, and he's not going to have an easy lane against Fiora. That's guaranteed. I mean, at level 6, he does have a health steal with armor and whatnot that he takes away, but Fiora's Grand Challenge is really strong with percentage damage and whatnot. So I think early skirmishes, um, the purple team, blue team, whatever you want to call them, they definitely have a higher potential to do a lot early in the game, while Lee Sin's trying to roam around and accomplish things.
Yep, that's pretty much what I imagined for most of these matchups. I am actually gonna question here the Mundo jungle. I'm
Yes.
not quite sure how Dimas is on this Mundo jungle. I've seen him play it sometimes, but I'm not quite sure if he's like 100% on it. Um, I don't know. I just feel like Mundo jungle is good, but if Lee Sin, especially because Lee Sin is just a monster, I feel like if he can invade onto this Mundo and get ahead early, I think he can do quite a bit. What are your opinions on it?
I was just going to say, I think the Mundo is probably sitting there for like some kind of late game insurance. He's gonna be huge. You do have the Trundle to take away, stats and things like that, and do percentage health along with the Vayne, but Mundo's always gonna be Mundo. When you get to 40 minutes into the game, if it gets that long, he's God mode. Like he's God mode. You're not getting him down. Like Azir's probably gonna do nothing to him later in the game, other than like a slow. Um, he's gonna put out a lot of pressure, but the one thing which isn't common anymore is the Mundo using exhaust. It used to be something you saw a lot in like season 2 and season 3. Mundo would run exhaust because he was one of the strongest counter junglers in the game, just because of his free steroid. I think he still has that potential, but I think the meta has. Ooh, we're gonna see a level 1. Mundo does get hooked. He's blowing his flash early, but he's gonna go down.
Yes, it is. Surely all nice, all in here. And are they gonna be able to get something else? Ezreal is just running back. A pretty big bite onto Ezreal.
And that Lee Sin picks up the first blood.
Yeah, indeed.
Wow.
A very, very nice grouping here from the orange team right away. They definitely know how to group and how to engage. Obviously, a pretty big mistake there from Mundo. Walking up first, I would have liked the Nautilus
The
personally
Nautilus.
too. Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
Um, Go ahead.
No, I mean you're correct when you said Nautilus is the same thing. I was thinking why it was Mundo, unless you're checking with cleavers and you don't need to be in the brush to check with cleavers. There's no reason for you to be up that far. Mundo's nothing early in the game. Like he's just a big ball of meat.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they're gonna get their standard starts. Lee Sin starting his red side, Mundo starting his blue side, both on the duos.
So here we go. Azir already pushing in the Blanc, as you can see. That's exactly what it needs to do.
Trundle making quite a bit of trades at top lane here.
Oh yeah, Fiora missing that grand challenge there. It's not gonna be getting in. Ooh, they need to be careful here. Oh, nice sidestep there, hugging the wall.
So we actually had a conversation with Elite Muffin about Ezreal before these games started, and I think he's going to try and show us what he was talking about with Ezreal being a. You need that snowball to start. You need to be playing aggressive as Ezreal, or you can't really make anything happen. Lee Sin is making his way into that side brush there for a bot lane gank here.
The young Lord's actually gonna get that kill. Wow, that's really good for the Vayne, already getting a kill.
There's the Lee Sin power we're talking about. I mean, there wasn't really much to talk about there other than Nautilus getting hooked.
Yeah, definitely. Shadow Figure playing a little bit too offensive there, maybe. Especially since he doesn't have too much of an escape.
And right now, oh, as I said, right now we're seeing the potential of what we were talking about with the Trundle against Fiora.
Oh,
Yes, that is exactly what I was talking about.
that is
The
insane.
Trundle bite, and the Trundle bite taking away the AD is more than enough unless you're hitting those weak points on your target. And there is no CC for you to counter. There's no CC for you to turn around onto the opponent. He may actually kill him again.
Yeah, he needs to be careful here. Definitely taking a lot of damage from that Trundle, and then he's gonna have to back away here.
And Trundle is running Undying, which is something that actually works out a lot better for him than having a League of Thunderlords. He wants to
Yeah,
trade for long periods of time, which is fantastic for him, and you're getting health-based attacks. Like you could see, Fiora came back in, and he traded for a short time and already won.
indeed. And this Trundle is gonna put pretty massive. He keeps up this push here. Oh, nice parry there from the Fiora.
Now Lee Sin is in the top jungle on the red side. I'm wondering if there will be a dive because Trundle is pushing in that wave.
They might be looking for an opportunity, but I don't think that's just quite what they want. I think Eternal may need to wear down Fiora a little bit more. Maybe there's gonna be a gank actually, but we'll see what happens here. Nice W there from the resonating strike. I mean the Sonic Wave. But yeah, pretty interesting gank here onto the Vayne. Mundo is coming back around. Is he gonna go down? No, he's gonna go towards mid lane, maybe looking for a gank. He's actually just gonna counter jungle and look for where Lee Sin's gonna be. In the meantime, in the top lane, once again, as we said before, Trundle's just doing a lot of overtime damage with these small trades, and stealing a lot of health from this Fiora.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking really good for Trundle right now. I want to see when the first Grand Challenge goes out. Oh. Okay, well, there's your knock-up, as you were talking about earlier. Really
Yeah,
keeps you from doing anything but running away.
exactly. It's a pretty broken champion right now, in my opinion.
Lee Sin doing work, clearing wards.
Yeah, in the meantime, I think Azir has been doing a really good job of surviving here. I would have expected LeBlanc to actually have gotten pushed him out of lane or anything, but it seems he's only about no, he was not really behind in CS at all, just one or two. Which isn't really that much of a big deal.
I think right now, the best idea for the Fiora is to, if you can, wait for your TP, get back, get your first buy. Right now, he's sitting on what looks like 1,000 gold.
Ooh, a nice Q and a flash from the Mexican. He's gonna get 1v1 by uh, the LeBlanc, and unfortunately wasn't enough. Um, if he had attacked the right LeBlanc character, I think he would have been fine here. Now Mundo's actually in a pretty peculiar spot. Fiora was almost caught there, but she could just dash through the wall and be 100% safe. In the meantime, Trundle keeps just pushing in this wave, trying to get as many CS as possible. Oh, here we go. Actually, the kick from Lee Sin. Is it gonna go down? It is.
Wow, that was a
Unfortunately,
really good
Lee Sin
flash.
missed his Q. So what happened there was Lee Sin thought Fiora was gonna flash, and she just flashed the wrong way, I believe. And so this Q didn't go.
Yeah, that was pretty well played, honestly, by both sides. Considering Lee Sin knew there was no W for the Fiora, he had just, like you said, caught her out. But just small miscalculation, but definitely warranted a flash.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Pretty fortunate to have actually survived that. Otherwise, it would have been even worse. Against the Trundle, he might have been able to completely dive her there.
So Ezreal does get hooked. It clears the ward and then ease away to safety. Stupid champion. So Azir's getting some Warzone Dragon area there.
Yeah, he is. And now we see LeBlanc actually coming back with her Frostwind Flame, I believe.
Yep. Dr. Mundo's been sitting in this brush for a little bit now. There's a really heavy trade at top lane, but no ultimate goes out. Ezreal ult from the brush.
Need to be careful here. Vayne is taking a lot of damage here. A nice ultimate from Thresh to completely disengage that gank. And Mundo,
yeah, I don't understand why he didn't just dive that. He had ultimate channeling on himself, and they have potential to do way more damage. There's a trade coming in. The parry lands for a Q. There's a dash
taking
away.
A lot of damage.
Oh
my goodness, that fight!
Yes.
Chunked him out.
Yes.
Holy moly.
That bite damage starts to pick up after the first one.
Oh, and here we go. Actually, Trundle is coming back. He still has quite a bit of health, and the Lee Sin's actually gonna go kill him. Nautilus is dead. I think gonna be looking.
Is dead.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the flash bites, and it seems like Mundo and the dragon are gonna be taken.
Oh,
Ezreal is in a little bit of a sticky situation. Here comes the Q. Ezreal is gonna flash as well as heal. Seems like that's gonna be enough of it. Nice, very nice snowballing here from the UTSA Orange team, and they're a late game team. So if they keep this up, they're gonna have the win almost secured in the late game.
Yeah, I definitely think that 1v1 at top gave really great potential for that teleport down towards Dragon. If the Fiora was not dead and was able to actually get down there for the team, I think that would have been, a different story. But yeah, amazing play so far, especially in top lane. And the Shorty Elm doing a lot of work right now on Lee Sin. Nautilus taking quite a bit of poke. Good thing his shield was up there. Now we see Mundo making his way over to his red buff. Azir's taking his blue. Now I wonder if LeBlanc now, even though she's ahead by a little bit, will play a little safer. With that Azir almost having his Nashor's Tooth finished. I guess my question is answered as LeBlanc goes in with the distortion there. No chains landed.
Yeah. Did the chain land? I don't think so.
No, it did not land.
Yeah.
Ezreal doing his poke thing in bot lane right now. However, there's about to be a trade in top lane, it looks like. Trundle is doing whatever he pleases right now. There's two fights happening right now. Dr. Mundo beating up on the Lee Sin, actually.
Ooh, but LeBlanc's actually coming. Here we go.
Double distortion. Ooh, combo. I think LeBlanc is definitely going to have to put this team on her back right now. Seems to be what's happening. LeBlanc making the best of those couple kills she's picked up. And Azir has been doing a pretty decent job of not dying 1v1. Shona going in, getting tower aggro as Mundo comes in. Grand Challenge is out, but he's still going to pick up the kill.
Mundo needs to be careful here. He can, like, die. He can die.
Yeah, right
now.
Azir's
just going to keep pushing in mid lane. And wow, he's been doing a really good job of just poking her out every time.
Double distortion combo. Oh, good dodge on the ultimate. Emperor's Divide goes out, and a flash by LeBlanc.
Yeah, she had to back away there. She would have probably died otherwise. Azir did have still a pretty good trade there. Overall, he still had his turret and everything, so he's doing pretty well. In the meantime, in the top lane, Mundo actually got doped by Trundle. It seems like it just keeps. Are they gonna go into this Ezreal? I don't think they should be.
Nope.
There's a turret. There's a turret there.
Alright, so Nautilus getting hooked again. We're going to see Lisa come in and contribute a little bit more once again. We're going to get Vayne snowballing a little harder. Like I said, I'm going to end up eating my words here. I think Lee Sin going in for an insect. Nice E. But he's still going to pick it up.
Yes, and it's not looking really that well for the blue team now. LeBlanc's really coming down, but I don't know how much she's going to be able to do, actually. Here we go.
Okay, they're going to snatch that blue buff beforehand. That's okay. Yeah, one of the things I was going to say, when you were speaking about how Azir has been pushing in LeBlanc a lot, I think that's right now, with him, being down, 2 deaths and having a couple assists, that's the best that he can do right now for the team, is to, shove in the person who is doing the most on the map for UT Blue and just hold them in the lane. Grand Challenge going out. Trundle does not care. He's diving this, but he may actually regret this. Could be baiting.
He needs to be careful.
Could be baiting.
Oh my goodness.
Baiting.
He is red. He is red.
Yeah.
That was pretty rough. And this is not the constant, alright. Constantly doing either feeding or getting ahead.
Oh. Wow, that was a really good trade by Azir. He didn't take any bit of damage there. LeBlanc just barely getting out while she was mirror imaged and distortioning away.
Yeah, definitely, and it seems like a pretty unfortunate set of events here for the blue UTSA team.
Repel this is gonna get taken. It's gonna go to Vayne, so you're gonna have a lot of push pressure coming off of that. I was gonna ask you about item builds right now. We got LeBlanc that has the Frost Queen's claim. How are you feeling about that on her? I mean, she covers so much ground and she has a root. Do you really think it's needed? Oh, sorry. Hold for 1 second. Fiora getting all in again. Flash is burned. Trundle still chasing. Oh, okay, he's gonna back off. So mid tower's going down. So how do you feel about that Frost Queen's claim on LeBlanc?
I don't think it's necessary specifically, but the item is too broken to not take on like someone that can catch out people. It's definitely really good. Even if you're not like completely 100% reliant on it, especially if you don't need the ghosties. It's just really good on LeBlanc because it just makes her catching potential and chasing potential a lot more stronger. Where she doesn't have to distortion in to get close to you. Instead, she can just use the ghosties to get close to you and then get the full damage out. It's really good, in my opinion. Now, blue team, the blue team is a little bit flustered right now. They're not quite sure what they need to do. I believe they're just trying to group, but I don't think grouping would be the best idea against Azir, Vayne, and Trundle here. They need to get picks. I think that's the most important part. And Mundo, unfortunately, he's 0-3 and is pretty irrelevant in my opinion.
Yeah, he just more recently finished with Cinderhulk. We did see a Trinity Force come in on Ezreal, which is really nice. But Vayne is pretty... Let me just see in gold comparison before I make that statement. Yeah, about 1,000 gold ahead, just based off of kills for the most part, because Ezreal is up some CS. But she's already finished her rapid fire cannon and on her way to what looks like IE, which would be a really huge power spike. So if UT Blue is going to try and do anything, it needs to be probably now.
Yeah.
And when there's a Trundle not near.
Yeah, Trundle right now is a pretty big factor and a very anticlimactic character where he shuts you down pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing kind of what I figured was going to happen with the Fiora. I mean, Fiora is really good at trading overall, but if you have a CC and you're in the lane with her, you're kind of reliant on that CC to beat her. And all in coming from Trundle again. He will dive this, most likely. Oh, never mind, he sees the window.
Well, he needs to be careful now. Mundo and Fiora are coming for him. Nautilus is on the way as well, so he needs to be careful. Here comes a Grand Challenge. A knock up onto the Trundle. Barely going to be enough. A nice knockback, but it's... Oh, he flashes away. Is he going to be able to get away? It seems like he does safeguard away.
Oh,
that
nice flash hook.
And Shiriom's gonna go down all Lee-Sin. In the meantime, Vayne is split pushing in the bottom lane, and Azir pushing down another turret. Here we go. Wow. Goodness, almost takes down LeBlanc. Misses the ultimate though.
Wow, so much used there to try and get the Trundle. I mean, you got a kill off on the Lee Sin, which is alright, still a kill, but so much was used, and like you said, you had Vayne split pushing that entire time, getting CS, getting pressure on the map. I don't know if that was worth.
Yeah, definitely don't think it was, especially if Azir keeps taking, you know, as much turret, taking, you know, pushing those turrets and dealing the damage onto those turrets as much as he's been doing, and Vayne doing the same thing. So, not quite sure if it's working out for the UTSA blue team here, but we'll see.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I mean, I'm seeing Vayne come in and be a really huge factor just in the split push right now. We haven't seen too much of what she can do in a team fight, but that's not what she's looking to do at this moment. And if there's going to be any movements made, like I was saying before, it's got to be by UT Blue. They can't just respond at this point. You can't give Orange the fight that they want. They're already ahead, and you're still in, you know, Lee Sin time right now, and Trundle is huge. It's going to be too much to deal with. And like you said before, Mundo is a non-factor right now.
Indeed he is, but he is gonna start scaling up here soon. He already is on his way to his randoms, I believe, so the blue team should probably start pushing their advantages a little bit more here. Azir needs to be careful that he's still not that strong. He's pretty squishy overall. He does deal a lot of damage if he can get 2 or 3 of those auto attacks combined with his Q, but otherwise not too much.
We're seeing Azanya's come in for LeBlanc right now, who is apparently flanking. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're seeing Azanya's come in. I mean, me personally, I don't know if I agree with this item. Right now, you are the carry on your team as the only person with kills, and I think you got to do as much damage as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Trundle splits in top. I mean, who are you going to send up there, honestly?
Fiora definitely can't deal with him. Needs to be careful, and LeBlanc dealing quite a bit of damage there. It's not going to be enough though. And Azir keeps just poking them out with that Q. In the meantime, here comes Shadow Figure onto that Nautilus. So he's gonna take a lot of damage, not too much. And so Trundle goes back up there and starts pushing the wave once again.
Before the trade starts here, with the Trundle, I'm seeing that Fiora has Thunderlords, which, in my opinion, I really think is wasted. I think she's one of the only champions who really can benefit from Fervor right now, and having that extra AD on autos, considering that's all she does.
Oh, Vayne's actually in a lot of trouble here. He is quite alone, so needs to be careful. LeBlanc's taking a lot of damage here. Is he gonna be able to solo him? Oh wow, here we go, the LeBlanc, the Vayne solo. Oh, double kill onto the Vayne, and it's looking really, really dire. In the bottom lane, flashing his mastery icon. Oh my goodness, the BM. Alright, in the meantime, Vayne's gonna keep split pushing in the bottom lane, but here comes Fiora. A new challenger approaches, boys, and I don't think Vayne is gonna be really that well off here. Needs to run away, otherwise
still got condemned.
Yeah, he does. And okay,
somebody put another quarter in. Somebody put that quarter up, because that was third person to come down. Who's next?
Yeah, that was a little bit concerning here, actually. There's really no reason for him to do that. Oh, LeBlanc isn't gonna get killed. Oh, she's probably dead here. Yeah. Meanwhile, Azir just dealing a lot of damage here. Mundo, not relevant once again. I'm gonna take him down. In the meantime, Trundle just goes and destroys everyone almost.
So,
oh my goodness, diving past Nexus.
So you ever play any games like like really old school Super Nintendo games where you had to share
Yeah.
continues and stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, Fiora and Mundo are those people who use up all the continues.
Yeah.
They're just dying all the time, and you're like, dude, you gonna leave me a continue or like what?
Yeah. Some extra lives, please. I just need some.
Like, I used to hate those games, sharing lives, and I'm like, stop using them, please. That's the
Indeed.
situation you're looking at right now. I mean, we're talking 11k gold up, pressure across the map. All towers gone except for the inhib towers, and all towers still standing on UT Orange's side.
Yeah, definitely. Meantime, is here doing a pretty good job at pushing lane, I guess. He's being a push bot for most of this game. I'm not quite sure what else to say. I don't think I've seen him anywhere but like mid almost this entire game.
You know what? That's more than enough at that point. Like you said, you know, he's shoving in the minion waves, poking down LeBlanc. Every time she takes, you know, half her or health and damage, she's not gonna roam.
That's indeed the case, and here we go. Fiora is just gonna try to parry that hook, and now UTSA Orange team is actually going for the finisher here. Once they get this Baron, they should be able to finish up this game if they can push another inhibitor. Whichever one they want is the question. Which one would they go for? Top lane is pretty free right now. It's pretty good. Now this is very much closer to them, and Lisa needs to be careful here. He's gonna get hooked. Is he gonna be able to get taken down? No, he's just gonna get ulted by Nautilus and Ezreal, and unfortunately Blanc did not connect with that chain and could not get any significant damage down. He's just gonna heal up. Oh, here we go, double distortion. Mundo is actually gonna take a lot of that. Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
He's gonna take a lot of damage. Oh my goodness, Trundle flashing into
Trundle
Mundo.
just chasing after Mundo, doing whatever he wants. Fiora parries the Emperor's Divide, it doesn't matter though. The soldier's taking him down. The hook through the wall, one auto, finishing off Mundo. Mundo going 0-5-1. I don't think that champion's getting picked next game. This is over. We're gonna tie up this series 1-1.
We got a series on our hands, boys.
Yes, we do.
And it seems like Mundo isn't as OP in the hunts of blue as you would think. Unfortunately, considering they gave away the Trundle, it was a hidden pick. Alright, boys. Yeah, that actually happened, okay.
There we go. Gotta play my LCS victory music.
Alright, you go do that.
So we got a victory by blue side. UT Orange takes us in 1-1. We got ourselves a series like my man Raku just said here. And we're going to see what kind of picks bans come out for the next game, because it's definitely a lot of thinking that has to happen on the side of UT Blue. That game was nowhere close to what they played last time.
Yeah, definitely it was, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, yeah, I probably have to go down here. But yeah, it was very much not really that close. I was wondering how snowbally this game was gonna be, but I did not think it was gonna be this one-sided.
Yeah, that game was definitely not. I think their comp was really muddled. Like, I think you had a lot of players wanting to play specific things, and not exactly things that were gonna mesh together as well when the game went on.
Yep, you're correct.
Like we said, especially at the start there, that Mundo, I don't know why. Especially you picked the Mundo. Yeah, it's a strong champion, but what were you doing with the Mundo? I don't know. He was just about non-factor. What was it? 06 at the end of the game? Something like that. 05. He is...
Yeah, it was pretty one-sided. Unfortunately, I feel like they were trying to pick that Mundo just because they felt like it was OP. I don't think they actually like were too comfortable on that, and you can see that in Dimas's play, right? In the straight ripping play, wasn't wasn't as good as you would expect a jungle Mundo to be, and it really wasn't effective at all. It felt like Lee Sin was just too strong in that early game and they couldn't just dig themselves out of that hole that was created.
Oh yeah, you're 100% correct. And you know what you've done now, as UT Blue is you showed the other team they don't have to ban Mundo because you can't play it anyway. If you can't play,
Indeed.
and not even you don't have the potential to play it, you cannot be effective on this champion, even though it is a strong champion. You cannot be effective on it. We don't have to ban it. And in top lane, we have the answer right now for Fiora. We don't have to ban Fiora against you now. So right now you've got two champions. You automatically that were banned. You wipe those off, the field and go ahead and pick them again because we don't care. That's exactly the
Yep.
feeling that is probably given to UT Blue right now. And right now you have to think what is your answer in top lane now. Um, they were fine banning the Fiora to keep it out of Werdir's hands, which we both agreed is one of his best champions right now and or most played champions. Um, they banned Alistair. Why didn't they just pick a Yasuo again? You don't need the Alistair. You could have played a very similar comp, right? You could
That's
have
that's
just
completely true.
put Nautilus in with Callista.
Yeah. But I don't think that was a problem overall. I think if even if Yasuo would have been picked, Trundle would have been picked
Oh
anyways,
yeah.
and that would have been a very very even worse, I believe. Because Fiora at least has dashes that she can get away without like having to go through minions. Uh, and she has the parry for the Trundle for a lot of Trundle's ability, as opposed to Yasuo does not. So he would have most likely even been, if not, been pressured more, it would have just died more right off the bat. And is a lot more susceptible to ganks from Lee Sin.
Yeah, I just think that game, Blue was trying to they were trying to do too much. I think they were trying to do too much as far as like revamping their composition and whatnot. Um, I don't really think they needed to do as much as they did.